Hey everybody, welcome to my plan with me for the week of September 2nd through the 8th. I'm using this recently deceased kit from Lynner Designs because it is the week that Beetlejuice came out. So I definitely had to use this to mark that. I am just so excited to finally use this art. I have been waiting basically since I saw the sneak, so I can't wait to see how this turns out. And then I have a bunch of extras to go along with this. So these are from Lynner Designs from an old freebie, but she does, I believe, have the freebie, at least as of the time I'm filming this, in her shop. So it's not got just Beetlejuice, but it has some other characters. And then I did get the printables of Elsie and Olive, recently deceased, that go along with the kit. And then I have some old deco from an SPC kit, a box from Once More Love that I'm gonna maybe use, although I don't know that I watched either of the movies this week. I've got some SPC and then Fox and Cactus characters. And then for foil, I chose sparkly red and hunter green, and I'm probably going to be adding in some silver aspects as well, but I did foil the bundle in red glitter. I've got this old freebie that I also foiled, so it's kind of like bubbled a little bit. That's all me, that's not Lynn. I'm still working on figuring out my laminator, but I love this 15mm situation so much. It's just perfect. And I really think that the red is going to pop on this. So I will get right into the base. Okay, getting into the sidebar, I did already mark the month. Also, excuse my glow-in-the-dark Band-Aid. So it is September. That is a script from Plan Hannah. And then the next thing I'm marking is just, I basically just have inspirational cutesy stuff to put in the sidebar. So that Beetlejuice character is from SPC. And then the script that says My Story Is Not Over is from Carly Plans. Also, I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little bit stuffy. I am not sure exactly what's going on, but my allergies have just been really bad lately. So bear with me on that. But the next thing I'm marking is using this character from Lynner Designs that was made to go along with this kit. And the Build a Beautiful Life script is from Carly Plans. Most of my sidebar stuff is pretty much all from her, like that type of thing. I was going to use the habit tracker to track, like, I think it was pain, but to be honest, I just forgot. So then I'm using this piece of kit deco on that box, and this I Believe in Me script from Planet Hannah. And then I have this Beetlejuice from Lynner Designs. I am gonna have to cut this. I definitely did not put these in the boxes that I was intending to, so stuff is fitting a little weird. But this script, I can't remember where I got it from, but yeah, that was definitely supposed to be over here. That's okay. But yeah, I had to do some extenders because I had to include this box. I just thought it was perfect. Also, I thought it was funny to put the no feet thing here because you can't see her feet. So yeah. And the first thing I did was laundry. Typically Monday is a laundry day for me anyway, but Link had gotten sick again, so I had to wash his blanket. We've kind of stopped keeping an actual like fluffy bed in his crate because he will like shove it away. I think he gets hot, especially in the warmer months. So we'll probably give it back to him here soon as it's cooling off. But he does have a blanket. So I washed that, and then I marked that I was stressed because I was having a pain flare this day. Unfortunately, this has been a theme as of late, is I've been having a lot of issues with my chronic illness, which is super frustrating because there's really not a lot I can do for it. So the next thing I did was I filled out my calendar and planned for September. So typically on the first of the month, or in this case, the first Monday of the month, I will go and write out my plans for the month, which that is like my social calendar, so my husband knows where I am when I'm gone, and then also my work schedule. So like when I'm doing releases, when I'm going to put up certain videos. This month, I definitely was not able to stick to the video schedule that I set for myself, but I'm hoping that October will be better. Then I did have lunch on the porch with my husband. He did grill burgers this day, so that was fun. I was like, we have to grill. It's Labor Day, because that's just like a thing. And I know a lot of people will close their pool up on Labor Day, but one, didn't have the stuff to do it with, and two, it was still honestly pretty warm at this point, so didn't want to close it up because I was like, well, I might be able to use it another couple of times. I didn't, but the option was there. So after we ate, I did like tidy up the kitchen and did the dishes, and then I watched Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire because I was still on my like rewatch of those movies since I was using Harry Potter kits other than like this week. And I also just wanted to kind of start the fall vibes with that. So then I did some planning and I restarted Gilmore Girls, same type of reason that I was talking about with Harry Potter. But The Goblet of Fire is one of my favorite Harry Potter movies. I wouldn't say it's my top favorite, but it is definitely up there. And that's not necessarily because of the movie itself, but because of like memories of watching it. So me and Sarah have been friends since 7th grade, which if you haven't watched my planner like deep dive videos, you probably wouldn't know that, but we started hanging out in 7th grade, and so been friends for a long time. And we watched The Goblet of Fire so much. Like, we would have sleepovers, and once we got the DVD for that, we just like watched it over and over again. We were obsessed with Daniel Radcliffe. We thought he was super cute, and we had so many inside jokes, still do, related to that movie. I actually like whispered one of them into her ear when we were taking pictures on her wedding day. And it's by far one of my favorite pictures from that day because like of us, because we are just like genuinely laughing, and I think it's cute. So for the stickers for this day, that is from Carly Plans, as well as the script. That's from Lynner Designs, Plan a Hannah, SPC Kit Deco from another kit, Murdoch Talks, Carly Plans, Not Open Shop, and Plan With Me stickers. Then that is from Carly Plans, Kristen's Planner, SPC, Carly Plans, Lynner Designs. I'm not 100% sure where that's from. It's from like a freebie that I had. The Coffee Monsters Co. and Plan a Hannah. So the first thing I marked Tuesday is that I was crying and texting Christine. So I was listening to some songs from the Tortured Poets Department, and while a lot of those songs are about like heartbreak from a breakup, they hit me in a way with grief as well that is very raw. And so I was listening to some of those, and I think I did need the catharsis this day, but it's still hard to experience grief. I mean, it sucks, and I miss my friends so much, and it had been almost a year at this point since he died. So just gearing up for that big anniversary was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, because I've dealt with a lot of grief in my life. I've dealt with grief of young people as well, but it doesn't hurt any less every time something happens. So after that, I was making some bracelets for orders because I was giving those out as freebies at this point, and that was really fun. I did go run by the post office, which I just marked as Happy Mail, and then I did some shopping. I went to the Dollar Tree to get some Halloween decor because it was right by the craft store, and I wanted to get some specific bead colors because I was out of some like blacks and stuff that I wanted for spooky season bracelets. Then I got a haircut because my hair had just been driving me up the wall. I don't exactly like the haircut. I am filming this at the beginning of October, so it's grown out, of course, but it was just too much. I just needed to get it cut. So I still put it up a lot, but before I got it cut, I was putting it up like literally every day because I just couldn't deal with it. It was so long. And I just hate it touching my neck, but I don't want hair that short because I don't feel like it would look good on me. But to be honest, I've never had it short enough that it doesn't touch my neck, so I don't know if I would dislike it or not. But when I got home from my haircut, I watched The Order of the Phoenix, which is my favorite Harry Potter book, but not my favorite movie. It's a good movie, but it's very short, and it is one of the longest books in the series. So I find it very interesting that that is one of the shortest movies in the series. When it was first like coming out and there was news about it and stuff, I remember getting on Zanga and like complaining about how there wasn't going to be Quidditch in the movie, which is like honestly fine looking back, but I was really upset at this time, which is honestly pretty funny because I didn't care about sports at that time. So after that, I did some planning, and then I watched Gilmore Girls again. So same thing, 2 nights in a row. But for the stickers, that shop is not open anymore. This is from my shop, which is Corks and Corgs Co. So I do have Corky, this wine cork character, and then I have Corgis as well, which this is like an oops freebie sampler, but you can see the Corgis too. That's super messed up, but my shop is on Etsy. It'll be linked down below. Just follow me on Instagram for details about new releases and stuff too, if you're interested. So this is from Lynner Designs, Carly Plans, Lynner Designs, SPC, my shop. I think that's Murdoch Talks, but it actually might be a different shop. I'm not 100% sure. I have a lot of random silver scripts. And these two are from Carly Plans as well as that script. This is from Kit Deco, Carly Plans. Again, I just don't remember where that's from. Kit Deco and Plan a Hannah. Wednesday was very exciting because I decorated for Halloween this day. So typically I will decorate in August only because my husband is like not okay with me decorating in July. Otherwise I would probably start at that point and or just leave some stuff up all year. But I decorated for Halloween finally. I was just kind of behind and I'd been in pain a lot, so I hadn't really been able to do it. And then I had a vinyl sesh while I was doing that, which is always a fun time. So just kind of making the process even more fun. And I watched the Half-Blood Prince after that, which I always forget how much I love that movie. I am currently listening to the books, so I haven't made it to that one, and I can't tell you like how good of an adaptation it is, because growing up I wasn't allowed to read the Harry Potter books, so I've not read them through a ton of times like a lot of people have. But yeah, the Half-Blood Prince, like, it's such a solid movie. I think when it first came out, I was just upset because The Order of the Phoenix is my favorite, and I wanted it to be different than it was. And so then I was like, oh, the Half-Blood Prince isn't good either, but it really is. I think my judgment was clouded. So while I was watching the Half-Blood Prince, I did some drawing this day. And for stickers in this box, this is from Carly Plans. So yeah, all of that. That is from Kit Deco, SPC, and that's also SPC. After drawing, I did organize my beads some. So I'm not sure if it's because I got new ones, but it probably was. And I was watching Gilmore Girls as well. Then I played some Dreamlight Valley this evening. And after that, I played Hyrule Warriors with my husband. So just kind of at a game night. So I didn't really talk about Beetlejuice before, I don't think, unless I talked about it in the intro, which I filmed a while back, so I don't remember. But I love Beetlejuice. I mean, I'm using this kit, so of course. But my brother showed me Beetlejuice at some point when I was younger. I don't know like how old I was when I first saw it, but I loved it so much. I associate the movie with like watching it with him, and it was just so fun. Like, we used to sing this song. It's just so good and nostalgic, and I was so excited about the second movie coming out. I'll talk about the movie itself when I get to that Plan With Me, but it was just such an exciting thing. They were making a new one with like the original cast and everything, and then Jenna Ortega joining, which I love her so much. I'm actually dressing up as her for Halloween. Not her from this movie, but different version, which I'll share later. So this morning I had to drop off the dogs at the vet. They were having severe allergies, and I was giving them Benadryl 3 times a day per the vet's instructions, but that was the max dosage of what we can give them based on their weight. So they were just still really bad, like chewing and just so itchy all the time, especially Link. He's got worse allergies than Evie. And so I took them in because I was like, okay, we have to do something. Like, they can't get through the rest of the season like this. So they have seasonal allergies, and I think they're allergic to some kind of grass or something. But it's during like late summer, early fall that it gets super bad for them. So I hate it because they're so tiny. They touch the grass just like walking around, like with their bodies, not just with their paws. But yeah. So anyway, took them in this day. It was like a drop off, kind of a walk-in situation. Our vet just lets you drop them off. They see them when they're available, and then they'll like call you and you can pick them up later. But I did go on a coffee run this morning to Scooters because I had to drop them off at like 7:30 in the morning, which if you know anything about my sleep schedule, is not anywhere remotely close to when I usually get up. So after that, I did listen to some records when I got home, and then I did some research on ADHD because I had seen my psychiatrist a month before, and he told me to do some research before our appointment, which was going to be Friday, so that we could talk about it and see like how I relate to symptoms, because I did start ADHD medicine a month before this, and so we were going to see like how that went, and then he wanted me to kind of look and see, is this stuff that you dealt with in childhood? And so I was like doing research, taking notes, all that stuff. And then I had an anxiety attack because of it, because there is a lot of overlap in certain areas of ADHD and autism. And so I was like, oh my gosh, what if I have autism? And I mean, honestly, so what if I do? Like, it doesn't really matter. But I was spiraling as though it was going to like change something in my life. But if I do have it, it's very high functioning, because if I didn't figure out that I have it until I'm 32, like clearly there's not like a lot we would be able to or need to do for it. So then I did some reading. I was listening to the audiobook The Search, which I did enjoy that book. It's about like a woman who trains search and rescue dogs. So it was a really interesting read. It was definitely different than my typical books I read. It's by Nora Roberts, and I think it was on like a 2-for-1 audio book sale with Audible. I think that's why I got it. But yeah, I enjoyed it. After that, I did pick up the dogs. It was ridiculously expensive because they had to go on prescription allergy medications, and they also had to start taking fish oil every day. So the fish oil wasn't that bad, but the prescription allergy meds were really expensive, and I had to get 2 bottles because, there's 2 dogs. So that was stressful. But then when I brought them home, I did some filming, and then after I got done filming, I worked on making bracelets while I was watching the Chiefs game. We did play the Ravens this day, and we won. So this was, I want to say, the first game of the season. I'm like 95% sure that it was. Because up until this point, it was preseason games, and we lost our preseason games. So this game was a chaotic game, and I just looked at it, and yeah, it was the first game of the season. Chaotic in a good way, for the most part. So they showed part of the Eras Tour with Travis Kelce, like when he was carrying Taylor on the stage, and then like during the game, and there was an ad from State Farm with Danny Rojas. If you've watched Ted Lasso, you know who that is. And Patrick Mahomes, our quarterback. So I was like losing it over that, and then just the Eras Tour stuff. And it was, if I remember correctly, a pretty close game because they all kind of have been. I think just because of the fact that the Chiefs won the last two Super Bowls, all the teams are like playing super, super aggressively because we've had a ton of injuries this year. So it's just been stressful. And I mean, the teams have been playing really hard, of course, too. So they've been close games. But then I had a flare. Oh my gosh, this is not going to fit. Let's see if I can readjust this. Okay, that's gonna have to be good enough. So I had a pain flare pretty bad. I think I was initially going to like work on some stuff this evening, but instead I just watched the Scream TV show because I did not feel like getting off the couch. So for the stickers in this day, I'm just going to skip stuff from shops that aren't open anymore and talk about the ones that are. So that's from Carly Plans. That is from the same shop that the other script like it was from, but I am now not thinking it was Murdoch Talks. I think that actually might be from Stella Bow Sticker Co., which she is closed. That is from my shop. Carly Plans. Again, I don't remember. That was from a freebie with the planning time ones. The Coffee Monsters Co. Once More with Love. That's Murdoch Talks. My shop, Plan Hannah, Carly Plans, Lynner Designs, and SPC. Oh, and I forgot I have a whole nother box. So that football is from my shop. That is a custom from Carly Plans. This box itself is from Once More with Love, as well as that, and this is from my shop, and that is from Carly Plans. Also, if you made it this far in the video, I'm so sorry that it's been kind of shaky. I have messed with my camera mount like multiple times, and it is just not cooperating with me today. I am hoping to get a new one for Christmas because the one I have currently like hooks to my desk and my desk is shaky, so that unfortunately results in the camera mount being shaky, but for now this is what I've got, so I'm just trying to do the best with what I have. First thing on Friday, I marked that there was new music. So there was a new album from Bleachers. There was an emo Disney album that came out, which was really exciting. I think it's super fun. And then there was a new Blink-182 album, which I didn't listen to really because I'm still kind of like salty about the fact that my show got canceled. Like, I know it wasn't their fault because they were sick, but I'm still not happy about it because they didn't reschedule. They just like canceled and refunded it. After that, I had a psychiatrist appointment. Like I had mentioned, I was doing the ADHD research for that, and it was a good appointment. He did basically talk to me and say like, okay, so if you have autism, which like from my experiences with you, I don't think you do, like, so what? Because he said as far as adults, there's not really a whole lot they would do treatment wise. So I don't know. I felt that kind of reassuring. Like, you probably don't have it, but if you do, like, it's okay. Basically was what he was saying. So then I did have an appointment with an orthotic doctor to do molds of my feet, because if you've been following me for a little bit, you know that I've had a lot of issues with like my feet and ankles and injuries and just walking in general. So they were making custom inserts for me so that I can walk in a straight line instead of walking like inward, because I guess the way that like my calves are and the way that my feet are, actually I think my calves said, the way that my calves are, it forces me to walk inward instead of in a straight line. And so that has been causing a lot of my pain, clumsiness, injuries. So he was getting me these inserts so that I could get new shoes and start to walk differently. Hopefully minimize on that pain and injury level. So I got that done, and then I went to Target because it's in the same area. I kind of went around the whole store. I shopped for Halloween stuff because they finally had that in stock, and then I went by their Starbucks. I picked up a prescription, so just all the things. Then I was in my feelings. I had an anxiety attack. I'm not 100% sure why I had one this day. I just did. So after that, I watched some Gilmore Girls. I had some wine with my husband and we watched The Batman. And then I just had like a vinyl sesh until I went to bed. So for the stickers, this is from Carly Plans as well as that. This is Lynner Designs, Murdoch Talks, SPC. That's a really old Carly Plans. That is Carly Plans, Fox and Cactus, Lynner Designs. Hannah, The Coffee Monsters Co., My Shop. I'm not 100% sure where that one's from. Lynner Designs, Once Worth Love, Carly Plans, and then I made that for myself. Saturday morning, I packed because I was going to Illinois. So the next thing I did was I drove to Illinois, and I had a cry slash while I was going there because I was just really missing my friend again. And I think I specifically put on music to kind of like just get the emotions out. So yeah. And then this day there was a like Starbucks 4 for $20 deal. So I did stop by there before I got to Christine's, but I just didn't mark that. But I got us 4 drinks. Did we need 4 drinks? No, but we had them. So I got to her house because we've been doing these spooky movie sleepovers, which have been so fun. I haven't had somebody to watch horror movies with in, well, since I moved to Kansas City. So it's really exciting to be able to have a girls sleepover and watch some horror. So this day we watched the original Halloween, the 1978 one, which is such a classic. I love that movie so much. I love slashers. If you don't know, I have a ghost face tattoo, so Halloween is really a huge part of what inspired the Scream movies, so I just really appreciate it, both on that level, and I just really like the movies. Michael Myers is quite the villain. So we watched that, and then we decided we were going to watch Halloween 2018 one. So I really liked that one too. I think it was a great follow-up. I don't even know if I'd really call it a requel. I guess it was kind of, but it felt more sequel than requel, which that's a reboot slash sequel if you don't know, because that is a term that I think was coined in Scream 5, but it might have just been something that I wasn't aware of before that movie. After that, we took a break to just kind of chat, and then we tried a couple of movies. We tried to watch Halloween Kills, and we got kind of bored. I feel like I didn't hate that movie, but it just wasn't the vibe for us at the moment. And then we tried Deliverance, and we also got bored. So we ended up landing on Happy Death Day because Christine had seen it when it came out, but I hadn't. And I really liked that. I thought it was a fun movie. And I'm definitely going to be rewatching it. I haven't watched the second one, but the first one was a fun time. So the next thing I marked was that I was excited because Christine crocheted me a sparkly ghost face. Like, I'm about to cry thinking of it because it was so thoughtful, so sweet. She does crochet stuff and she doesn't like sell it or anything. It's just for fun, and she makes stuff for people in her life. But oh my God, I was so excited. So this is going to be a super close up. I'll try and insert a picture because I feel like this does not do it justice. After that, I did finish a book I was listening to before bed, which I thought it was fun to use the handbook for the recently deceased for that. So for today's stickers, or this day's stickers, that's from Lynner Designs, my shop. I made that. Carly Plans, Lynner Designs, Plan a Hannah. Okay, the rest of it's shops that aren't open. Carly Plans, Plan a Hannah, Carly Plans. The cupcake is Carly Plans, and then the knife is from my shop, which I just thought they needed to go together for Happy Death Day. And then that's from my shop, Carly Plans, Lynner Designs, and Kit Deco. Sunday, I feel like I didn't do that much, but I marked 12 things, so I don't know. First thing I marked is that I had coffee, which Christine and I had coffee on her porch. It's like an enclosed porch, so you don't have to worry about bugs or anything, which is really nice, but you can still get the sun. And then I saw a spider on Christine, and she could see the horror in my eyes because I don't like spiders, but she is like terrified of them. And I was like, oh my God, I have to tell her, and she's gonna be freaked out. So yeah, I did, and that was like a really stressful experience. We could not find the spider, so we had to like leave the room and go hang out in her room instead. But yeah, that was not a good time. Then we just kind of talked. I was being really lazy and like not wanting to leave, partly because I live over an hour away from her and I was tired, and partly because I just love hanging out and I didn't want to leave. But when I finally got up and left, I went by Scooters and got a drink because, like I said, I was really tired and I wanted to make it home. To be honest, I don't know why I do that because caffeine really doesn't do much for me. I mean, since I have ADHD, stimulants like help me focus and calm down, so it probably made me tireder, but for some reason it's like a psychological thing. I think it's gonna help or something. After Scooters, I drove myself home. I took a shower when I got home. I did just mark it as bath time because I had the script for that, and I wanted to use as many foiled scripts as I could. Because I didn't mention it before, but I really think the silver accents added something to this kit. I'm really glad I chose to do that. So after showering, I helped my husband clean the pool, which it was still pretty hot out and I worked up a sweat. So I probably should have done that in a different order, but there we were. And then after that, I decorated. So I was making what I have jokingly dubbed my Taylor Swift shrine. I might insert a picture of it if I remember, but I have like a signed record from her and then just various things I have accumulated over the years. Not all of it is out just because I probably need like an extra shelf to display everything, but yeah, it's cute and it makes me happy. And I also have like a little Travis Kelce pop figure on it with her stuff. So yeah, it's just a fun little vibe. So I did use the top hat for that just because he wore a top hat when he carried her on stage, and I don't know, I thought it was cute, but kind of like Tortured Poets coded. But then I had a little date night with my husband. We went out to a local place called TJ's, and that was really good because we were both just tired. He had done a bunch of yard work before the pool stuff. And then after we went out for dinner, I did do a bit of work. I edited and uploaded a video, and then I did some more like computer work. I was trying to back up my computer and it wouldn't do it because there wasn't enough like space on the computer and on the external hard drive I was trying to back it up to. So I was just getting really frustrated with that and Time Machine. So I just gave up. But then I did watch the movie The Descent because Kenzie from Lights Plans Action, or Lights Plan Action? Okay, I didn't write the first time. Lights Plans Action recommended the movie The Descent because she saw that on one of those little things where you mark like what horror movies you see or you have seen, that I hadn't seen it. And so I did watch that. I liked it. Honestly, I was really surprised that it like creeped me out because that doesn't happen very often for me, as I've said more than once, because I've just seen so much horror, but it was different and yeah, it definitely creeped me out. So I forgot to go over the stickers for this day. I'm just going to keep it zoomed out, but these are from Lynner Designs, Planner Hannah, Kristen's Planner, Kit Deco, Carly Plans, My Shop, Carly Plans, SBC, Lynner Designs, Carly Plans, whatever shop that was, Carly Plans, Sweet Avis Paper, SPC, Lynner Designs, Planner Hannah, and Lynner Designs. So this is my weekend full. I did not obviously see the movie this week, but it came out this week, so I had to mark it. I am really happy with how this turned out. I saw a lot of really cute foil combinations with this art, so I think that I'm gonna have to redo this. Well, not like redo it, but do another spread with this kit, which is totally fine because I love Beetlejuice. But yeah, I think this turned out well. I was worried it would be a little too Christmassy, but I don't think it is personally. So anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.